Hey guys, so I just got back from school and I have a lot of things I want to rant about today. Yay! And it's really long because it's a long, complicated story and I kind of didn't want to have to type it all out. But I just need someone to talk to that's not actually in our band that knows this person. So I think I'm going to tell you guys a little story now. You don't have to listen to all of it, but I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, Nate, this is the problem I was talking to you about earlier today. Um, there's this guy, his name is Nick. I'm actually going to use his name, so it's a lot easier for me. And we were really good friends for a while, and one day he just stops talking to me, and he basically ignores me in person. And then on the day of ring ceremony, I told him, hey, like, why are you ignoring me? Like, why is this happening? Whatever. And we basically kind of talked it all out, but then a few days later, he started ignoring me like hardcore. Like, if he sees me in the same room as him, he'll have to walk out. And he deleted me off Facebook. He unfollowed me on Tumblr. He even deleted me off Skype the one time that I tried to talk to him about it. So I know what I did and why he's ignoring me. He basically took what I said the wrong way because I said, oh my god, I don't have any friends. But I meant it in a sarcastic manner. I tell people that all the time. So I don't see why he would get offended by it, especially since he's told me before, like, the only person I can talk to is Felipe, which is another one of our friends, and I kind of took that like, wow, you can't even talk to me and we're best friends. And basically he just took what I said out of proportion, and he's one of those people that if you tell him one of your problems, he will make it like, oh, if I was in that situation, what I would do, like, and he's kind of self-centered, and if it's not about him, it doesn't matter. And I'm not saying that I'm not like that, because sometimes when some people tell me their situation, I will try to put myself in that situation and try to help them. But, it's just, if it's not about him, it doesn't matter, and that really irritates me. But whatever. During winter break, I took a break from my friends, and I basically ignored all of them. Not so much ignored, like I told some of my friends, like, I'm going to stop talking to you for a while just so I can sort out my thoughts, because that's a few months after Danny had broken up with me, and I was just an emotional train wreck, and I just needed to sort everything out. And so he was one of the people that I told, like, just so you know, I'm ignoring you guys for a while. But when we came back to school, I realized that a lot of people, like, their personality didn't match mine anymore, and I felt as if our personalities clashed, and I don't know, I just felt really out of place with my actual friends. And since I told him, oh, I don't have any friends, because I think I said I didn't have plans or something. I tell everybody that I don't have friends. Mind you, I do know that I have friends. And he just took that to heart. And when we did make up, I did say I don't take back what I said, because I also told him that he says that he cares, but he really doesn't act like it, and apparently he has feelings for me, or had. Don't really know about now. But basically he's told me, like, oh, I've lost sleep over you and all this stuff, and I don't understand. Like, I never asked him to lose sleep over me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Anyways, but now that he ignores me, and I really don't have a problem with him ignoring me. I'm okay with it. One of our mutual friends told me the other day, like, wow, you're doing a good job of ignoring him. Honestly, I'm not doing anything differently. If he went up to me and told me, hey, Susie, can I talk to you, I would talk to him just like any other person. And if I go up to him, he will literally walk away and just not listen to me, and he will completely dismiss whatever I say. And, we're in the same band, we're in the same grade level. It's kind of hard to avoid that because we're both in jazz band, we're both in jazz combo, which is actually the main reason why this bothers me. Because I don't care if he has beef with me. What the hell do I care? You can have beef with me, you can be mad at me, you can ignore me. That's not a problem. I understand that I'm not always going to get along with everybody I meet. But, he brings it into jazz combo, which really bothers me, because jazz combo, they're my closest not my closest friends, but I'm close with most of them, and, they're the people that I care about. And basically, we made a Facebook page, like, just like we have Butt Gang, we have one for jazz combo, because we used to have a problem, like, with an issue of when we were going to have rehearsal and stuff, since I'm in guard, and some of them have, like, big bands and, like, God knows where, and whatever. So my computer, sorry. So basically, he's the one that we most have issues with of getting to rehearsal because he has told us in the past, excuse me, that we don't tell him about rehearsal. But honestly, we everybody but him knew about rehearsal. There are 9 of us, and he's told us like, oh, I talked to Goyalo, which is our other sax player, and basically where I told him like there are 7 other people to take into account. And it's not just you and Koyalo. Like you really need to not just talk to Koyalo because there's a lot of us that have to decide on the same thing. Like obviously we're gonna have differing opinions, but we should be able to talk it out rather than oh this one person spoke to one person and whatever. Anyways, once we made the Facebook page, I said something about having a sectional for guard because that was the first week that I had guard and I obviously needed to learn an entire show in 3 days. So, I really needed the sectional time. And I was like, what do you guys think? Like, you can still have rehearsal without me. It's just, it'll be kind of different. We need our drummer there and et cetera, et cetera. And our trombone player actually commented, or he made another post that says, that sucks because, it would suck to have a person missing, but we haven't had rehearsal in a while and we should have it anyway, just, to keep playing. And I was like, that's fine. That's cool with me, whatever. And he basically comments on something and he said, oh, this page is verging on the point of autism, which I've told him multiple times in the past, him and his other group of friends, that that's not okay. It's not okay to use that as a derogatory term because it's basically like he's insulting you with something that nobody, like, how do you insult someone by telling them that they have autism? Like, I don't understand. I really don't. I'm sorry. It really just bothers me that he does that because my cousin is autistic. One of my best friend's brothers is autistic, and there's actually someone in my section that is autistic. And it's not okay to use that as a derogatory term, much less as an insult, especially to people you care about, such as Jazz Combo. We're supposed to be a tight-knit group. Like, if we don't get along, you can feel the tension. You really can. Because there have been rehearsals where he literally goes to our piano player like, I don't want to be here. And honestly, Nick, there's the door. Like, you can just leave at any time. And most people in Jazz Combo don't care. Like, our guitar player doesn't care. Our bass player will take things from anyone. He will, if I tell him that he's an idiot, he will sit there and take it. He won't stand up for himself. Our other sax player, he shares a stand with me. Like sometimes like he'll talk to me about it, but it's not like he's like really offended by it or anything. But our trombone player, he has gone up to me and told me like, what is up with you two? I really hate that he speaks to us in this way because we were playing take 5 or something, and he told the brass players that we couldn't play it. Mind you, he's an also sax player. Sorry, I might have not said that. And George, which is our trombone player, took it to heart, and he just really didn't like the fact that he didn't let us play it. And he's like, I'm really hurt that, I practiced this really hard and you don't let us play it. Like, even if it's just for rehearsal, like, obviously when we're at a gig or at a concert or something, there's 4 wind members, it's going to be kind of hard to get, the part is kind of hard to get that to lock in correctly. So, we understand that if during a concert it's just sax players, that makes a lot of sense. But, for rehearsal, since he had rehearsed it already, he just wanted to get a chance to play it with the band, and he didn't give him that opportunity. Our sax section leader from last year, which he graduated, he and I are kind of close, and I spoke to him the other day, and he told me, well, I came to help sax quartet, which Nick is in, and he was on his phone the entire time and just really disrespectful, and he was acting like a 5-year-old, and it just really bothers me. And during concert band evaluation, like, we always go out to eat after, and I went with Kevin and Anthony, which are 2 of my closest friends, to go eat at a place where Nick usually goes with his friends. And, he literally texted my best friend and told her that, who the fuck does this bitch think she is? And honestly, okay, I'm a bitch. I don't care. I will announce that to the world. Nate, I know I already told you this. But, I still don't think it's cool that he said that, just because they're my friends too. They're more my friends than his friends. Like, really, I don't understand why he would have to say that. That was so unnecessary. And actually, my best friend, her name is Chloe, he dragged her into this by telling her that, oh, you're the one who told me to ignore her. And she has messaged me before saying, well, I didn't really tell him to completely ignore you and fall off the face of the planet. I just told him to, take a break from talking to you if, I really irritated him that much. And, obviously she didn't hold a gun up to his head and tell him, well, if you don't ignore her, So that's one thing. And she finds it unnecessary that he talks a lot of garbage about me to her. And eventually she told me, you need to give him an intervention because that's not cool. And me and my mom aren't the closest, but she knows Nick, and I speak to her. It's not like it's not like I seclude her out of my life. So sometimes I'll just rant at home, and she happened to listen to me the other day, and she's like, I don't like the fact that he's treating you that way, that he's calling you a bitch, that, he's doing these things. So I suggest you try to talk to him. And I told her, well, if I talk to him, nothing's going to get done. I know that for a fact. He's going to walk away from me because he has before. I've tried to talk to him over Skype, and he literally just told me, just bye, Susie, and he deleted me off Skype. So she told me, well, if you don't talk to him, and if you don't, she gave me the suggestion of talking to our band director about it. If you don't do that, I'm going to talk to his mom. And I know that bringing in his mom, he's really spoiled, and his mom is going to take his side, and then we're going to have a problem too. And our trombone player went up to him after our last rehearsal and told him, you need to talk to Susie. And he's like, no. You need to talk to Susie. No. And he tried to dismiss it, but George kept pressing on the subject that he needs to talk to me. And he's like, I'm not going to do it. If she comes up to me, I'm going to walk away. And George said, well, what if she has our band director with her? And he said, I would just walk out of the room. Okay, I decided to talk to our band director anyways, just to see what would happen, because multiple people have told me you should talk to him, because if you guys talk to each other alone, something's gonna happen. Someone's gonna say something wrong. It's not gonna end well. If you have somebody else there, at least you have a common, a mediator, and at least you can't later pin on somebody else that they said this or they said that. And whatever. I was whatever about it. I don't like the fact that he treats Jazz Combo so badly, because he's putting himself over here. And I'm not saying that I'm the best, because I know out of theory I'm down here compared to all of them, which are over here. And I'm working really hard. He wants to kick me out of Jazz Combo, which when I spoke to our band director, I told him about this, and he's like, he can't do that. But anyways, this is what my best friend sent me this morning from him. He told her, what do you know about Susie telling everyone about our problems, including her own mother and insert band director here? I know you know something. Hell, by this point, it's just her problem. So my best friend responded, no, but I guess that she feels like you're being an ass, as do a bunch of other people, so I hear. And he responded, so you hear? Yeah, because I'm the only cause of everything. Everyone needs to shut the fuck up and leave me alone. And she told him, I'm not there, so I can't say anything but what people say, because she graduated, so, and then he responded by saying, she's the only one who talks, she brings it up to everyone, and quite frankly, she's the one being a bitch all the time, so they should shut up. Let me look for the other picture, sorry. And she told him, well, you are blatantly being an ass to her, and he responded by saying, holy shit, did you not comprehend anything I said? I said, she's the one who acts like a bitch. Quite frankly, I don't speak to her anywhere. Over what? Some smart-ass comment I made weeks ago, which, like I said, it was just being me being a smart-ass. I'd hardly constitute that as dick level. And she just got over it, and she said, okay, then. And he told her, point being, to her to stop telling every person she sees and get over it. I have no desire for us to talk about our problems, and the only reason this all is becoming a problem is because she continues to make it one. That just bothers me, because I don't want to be friends with him. After the first time he started ignoring me before we made up, I told him, I'm not going to trust you again. Do you think I can trust you when you're the one who promised you would stay? And since you liked me, you promised that you wouldn't leave like everybody else in my life has. And, once you left the first time, I wasn't gonna trust you again. So, then he got really upset because I told him that I didn't trust him. And he's like, how dare you call me untrustworthy? Well, I'm not the one who makes promises that I can't keep. I'm not the one who said, well, I'm gonna be here for you, but the moment that you say something I don't like, I'm gonna go away, Anyways, I don't talk about it to everyone I see. I have my friends that I speak to about it. I have my best friend that I only talk to about it when she brings it up, or when, we happen to be having a conversation that revolves around that. I talked to Kevin about it because he's one of my best friends. I talked to like, a lot of people know we have issues, but they don't know what's going on. So if they know what's going on and they didn't hear it from me, who the hell do you think they heard it from? From him. Or somebody who opened their mouth and said it. That's not my fault. If somebody starts rumors or somebody says something, that's not my fault. Like, I'm not going to tell everyone, like, in kindergarten, like, make sure you don't tell anyone. Like, I just assume that people aren't going to say anything. But, you know, band kids like to form a lot of drama. I speak to Joe, our old section leader, the old sax section leader, about it because he specifically asked me, like, what is wrong with you and Nick? And I'm good friends with him. We've danced at 15s together. He's one of my best friends. I've stayed up until 3 o'clock in the morning just telling him everything that's wrong with my life. You know, I'm not just going to keep that from him when he specifically asks me, and he literally told me, I'm so mad at Nick because I can't stand the way he's being. Multiple people, our drum major has gone up to me and told me, wow, he's being such an asshole and I hate him. His best friend, the only person he can talk to, literally cannot stand the sight of him. Somebody brought him up in the office of the band room the other day, and he said, wow, don't even talk to me about him. That's your best friend, and he's talking crap about you? Like, are you serious? Like, I'm not going around telling people, like, wow, he's such an asshole. Like, I know what I said. I know that I said, wow, if you really care, how about you act like it? I know that I said that, and I know maybe I shouldn't have said it that way. But, you know, when somebody's being really self-centered, and I feel like, wow, if you're one of my good friends, and you're not listening to me, and I really need to talk to you, like, do you think that I'm gonna think that you care about me? Like, obviously not. You may do little things that, you know, you may constitute as caring, but honestly, if it's not about you and it doesn't matter, like, if I say I have something to say and honestly you just dismiss my problems or whatever, I'm gonna think that you don't care. And, you know, it's really hurtful that, you know, he's just going around saying that I'm a bitch because, you know what, I am a bitch and I really don't care if he thinks I'm one. But I'm trying my hardest not to be a total bitch to him by going up to him and telling him everything, that he's a spoiled brat, that, you know, whatever, like, physical appearances I can make fun of him for, but I don't, because I find that so unnecessary, and, you know, I don't think he's a bad person, and we were best friends, for crying out loud. Like, I really don't think he's a bad person, but honestly, I really am just up to here with him. He can have whatever beef he wants with me outside of Jazz Combo. It's just the fact that he brings it into Jazz Combo. He treats Jazz Combo like crap. You know, I don't like that because they're my family. Like, they're the people I hang out with on the weekends, the people that I talk to. They're the people that if I have a problem to, I can call 3 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, I forgot whatever homework we had to do. And the people that I'm like, hey, I forgot my math textbook. Can you send me a picture of the page? Or, you know, they're the people I count on, and they're the people that I like to jam out with, and, you know, they're the people I hang out with on the weekends. And, you know, the fact that he's bringing it into Jazz Combo, he blatantly says that, you know, we're autistic, which is not cool in any way whatsoever. That is like calling someone a faggot for no reason. It's like a derogatory term with no bad connotation. Like, I don't understand. I really don't. And I know that he's doing it just to spite me. And he says that my comments bother him, but honestly, all I tell him is stupid comments. Like, he sat on a piece of paper the other day, and I told him, hey, how about you get up, like, you're sitting on a piece of paper, get up. And he got really offended, and he just, like, stood on it all rehearsal, and I'm like, are you kidding me? You can just pick up the piece of paper. It's just a freaking piece of euphonium music. Like, what are you doing? And he really took that offensively. I don't understand. What am I doing wrong? Someone help me. What do I do? Oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm having a mental, no, I'm not really having a mental breakdown. This problem really does not irritate me until we're in Jazz Combo, because then in Jazz Combo, I really want to punch him in the mouth. And, you know, I yell at people and I insult people all the time. Don't get me wrong. If I have not insulted you, congratulations. Like, I insult everyone. I insult myself. I've told my parents that they don't care about me. Like, I don't understand what makes him so special, that he thinks that my depression is just gonna magically set up a spot where I think that one person cares, but like, everybody else doesn't. Like, my depression doesn't work that way. My depression will make me feel like I'm alone, like nobody cares. Like, you know, I don't understand. I'm off this topic. More stuff I have to rant about. Okay, this aren't really rants. I just don't know what to do, and maybe you can help me. I know this is like 20 minutes long already. I'm so sorry. But there's this a guy named Kevin, which I probably have mentioned before. But he's liked me for the past 3 years, and I kind of have a thing for him. I don't know. And he was gonna go to Orlando, which, by the way, is nowhere near here. It's still in the same state, yes, but it's hours away. Vanessa, you would know. And he asked me out the other day, and he's like, I know that I'm going to Stetson and whatever, but I think that we can make this work and whatever. And I just don't, excuse me, I don't know what to tell him, because I know I'm going to march drum corps, and what if something happens? And I don't want to be this whole, like, but I have a relationship at home, and, like, you know, and he cares about me way more than I care about him, and I hate being in those types of relationships, because then I feel like I'm not giving enough. And apparently today he told me, hey, I'm not going to Stetson anymore. I'm staying at FIU, which is literally right down the block from here. And I just don't know what to tell him. I don't know whether or not I should say yes. I really kind of don't want to be in a relationship, because that's more responsibility. My mom doesn't want me to be in a relationship because of the last one I was just in. And by the way, I have to go back to that topic about the last relationship I was just in. Anyways, and I don't know what to tell him. Oh my god. Oh my god. And okay, back to my previous ex relationship, whatever. Anyways, he started dating someone, and he told me, like, wow, I really don't like you, you irritate me, and I hate your personality now, and blah, 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 when I told him that I needed a reason for why he broke up with me. And 2 days ago, on Friday, the same day that Kevin asked me out, he texted me and he's like, no, I told you that it was because I didn't have feelings for you, but no, just kidding, I still have feelings for you. And I'm like, what? What are you saying? Like, I don't understand. What am I supposed to do about that? I don't know. Okay, anyways, moving on. Then there was this guy my freshman year that I blocked because I wasn't not in love with him, but I really liked him for like 10 months. He was my section leader, and he was a senior that year. Anyways, long story short, my best friend started dating him. I got really mad at him, even though he didn't really know that I liked him, and it was my best friend's fault. But you know what? I decided to take it out on him since he was graduating, and I was like, I don't have to see him anymore, whatever. I blocked him on Facebook, and for months I've been saying I'm going to unblock him because that was really childish of me and really, like, middle school of me, and I'm sorry, I was a freshman, I was stupid. So I unblocked him yesterday, and he sent me a friend request, so I don't know, but at least I'm maturing a little bit, I hope. I don't know. Anyways, if you've made it to this point in the video, I want to say that I love you all, and thank you so much for listening to my ridiculous rants. But yeah, thanks. I just need to get that out there. Bye.